I have a 20-minute cross training or strength training session to do tonight on my training plan, which I'm going to get in at some point today. It's already 2 o'clock. Today was one of our longer days. My kids who participate in gymnastics had that going on this morning. So what I ended up doing was I'm trying to get the most out of my membership but make the most out of my time. So what I ended up doing today for the first time is I dropped my 3-year-old and my almost 1-year-old off at the daycare, like the hourly drop-in, covered under my membership fee. I dropped those 2 off, and then I did school with 2 of my other kids because we homeschool year-round. I am choosing to do that because it's going to give us way more flexibility during the typical school year. That way, if we need to take a day off or we have to take a day off or something like that, it just gives me more time because the state of Wisconsin's regulations are based on hours. So as long as I get those hours in within a 12-month span, you're good to go. So I want to make sure that we're hitting all of those things, and if I school year-round, it's just a lot less stressful. That way we can get in more activities, more extracurriculars if the kids choose to do that, which is great. But also it is a little bit more leisurely. We can take our time to slow down in sections where kids are needing it. But drop the 2 little ones off. One of my kids went and did their like 3-hour gymnastics, and then I was able to do all of the school with my other 2 kids. A lot to follow there. So by the time we got home, I was already done with school for the day. And like I said, because we school year-round, my child who participates in gymnastics, after 3 hours of gymnastics, they don't like to come home and do book work, which I can understand. They're tired, so those 2 days a week they don't do schoolwork, and we can do that because we school year-round. So they're doing a little bit of a lighter load than some of the other kids, which is totally fine. But so by the time we got home, school was done for the day. Obviously gymnastics was done for the day, but I have to do some strength training. It is supposed to rain a whole heck of a lot, like a whole heck of a lot over the next little bit here. A feather, I'll take that, thank you. So I'm getting a little nervous about having to run in the rain, but eventually if the rain keeps up the way it is, that might be something that eventually I might have to do. I don't want to pay for a treadmill brand new just because they're really expensive, and I'm cheap. So those 2 things don't usually correlate very well. So I've been stalking Facebook Marketplace, but we are heading into rummage sale season here in the Midwest, in Wisconsin, particularly where we live. And I have a sneaking suspicion that if I am just patient, I could find... Okay, you can go. I'll be right here. I have a sneaking suspicion that I can find a treadmill either at a rummage sale or on Facebook Marketplace here pretty quick for like maybe 200 bucks or 300 bucks. And I would much rather do that than pay like the $1,300 it is for a brand new treadmill. So I'm being patient. I'm stalking Facebook Marketplace. I do plan on doing some rummage sale shopping this year. I don't always.
I'm just going to walk out a really quick weight training while my little kids kind of tot around before the storm and just kind of get it in. I have learned over this last little bit here, and maybe just being a mom in general, if you want to get something done, sometimes you just have to fit it in, even when it's not super convenient for you, but it's convenient for the little kids to just get it in. And sometimes it's a couple minutes short, but whatever you can get in is worth it. So just go ahead and work on getting it in, because otherwise you might not do it. And I'm also learning that my runs are really important for me mentally. It's been really cool to see that I'm actually feeling a lot better and having a lot more energy, and things are starting to pick up for me, which is really great.
Back and showered, haven't brushed my hair yet, but I have some sourdough bagels that I made previously. They were in my freezer. I put them in my oven. I'm going to thaw those out. I'm going to get a couple eggs going here on the stove, and I pulled some Canadian bacon slices out of my freezer. I'm going to meal prep 4 breakfast sandwiches for the week. Either my husband will take these to work with him, or I'll eat them throughout the week. I'm having a really hard time fueling coming off of carnivore and trying to eat the amount that I need to. to fuel properly for these runs is being difficult for me. I really need to figure out this fueling problem. So if you have any tips or tricks, I would love that, especially if you're coming off of something where you weren't eating a lot of carbs, how you're fueling, because I'm having issues. So hopefully meal prepping these will be a little bit easier. I tried to eat before my run this morning, but because I'm coming off of carnivore, usually I only eat 2 meals a day, and the first time I eat is usually like somewhere between 9:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning, and trying to eat at 7 o'clock before my run this morning was increasingly difficult. I really couldn't do it. Like, my stomach just was not willing to take in food. So that last little bit there, I started to get a little lightheaded and a little dizzy. So we need to fix that like pronto. So I'm hoping I can figure that out before we get too far deep into this, and my stomach can start adjusting to carbs at a higher pace than what I've been eating. Eating carnivore for almost a year, this is really my first meal of the day. It's 11, other than a couple bites of oatmeal that I was able to get in before my run this morning. So like I said, fueling is definitely an issue. I've got my electrolytes going. I'm gonna chug some water, but other than that, I'm gonna eat this bagel. And then once my eggs and stuff cool down, I will assemble the rest of my bagels, wrap them either in plastic wrap or tin foil, whatever I have, and put them in the fridge, and I'll use them throughout the week. But someone needs to remind me to slice my bagels next time before I put them in the freezer. That way I can just put them in my toaster and I don't have to thaw them out in the oven. It's officially the end of week 2. Today's my rest day. Did my long run yesterday, and I think my long run went pretty well. Yesterday I definitely was sore, like shin splint type of sore. So I'm taking recovery pretty seriously. I soaked my feet last night and like my ankles, and rolled out last night and did a couple times of stretching, and I feel really good today, which is great. It's good to know that that's helping. Number 2 is I once again am trying to drink more electrolytes and way more water. I'm already a really big water drinker, so it's hard to get more in, but I do notice when I'm drinking even more, it does help. I know my biggest issue through this is going to be fueling. I have been eating carnivore since October of 2025, and the thing with that is obviously you're not putting in a whole lot of carbs. Towards, I'd say the last 4 months or so, I've been doing carnivore but with fruit and small amounts of sourdough, and I've been feeling really great. I've had a lot of energy. I've felt very clear-headed. If I can link down below my carnivore updates for over those last couple of months, and you can see how all of these things really improved for me. That being said, adding carbs back in, I am so groggy. I'm exhausted. Almost every day over the last week and a half since I have upped my carb intake, I have needed to nap. Or if I couldn't fit in a nap, I have felt desperate to take one. Today's a day where I'm not going to be able to fit one in, and I'm desperate for one. I know that if I lay down on the couch right now, I could easily sleep. Easily. And I'm not loving that. I'm actually hating it. I'm hating it a lot. I don't really feel like my mind is moving any slower. I'm still feeling pretty clear-headed, but I am so tired. And I don't know if it's because of the carb intake. It very well could be my body readjusting to carbs, getting carbs back into it. Number 2, it could be just the amount of exercise, right? Just my body adjusting and needing more sleep. And my baby is, well, she's 1 now, but my 1-year-old still does not sleep through the night. So I'm still getting up. I think last night I was up three times with her throughout the night. So I'm still waking up often at night, so that could be an issue, but I'm just desperate for caffeine. I feel like I can't get enough caffeine in. I want a nap, and it could be a combination of things. Combination of putting carbs back in my body, combined with still, not sleeping through the night after, having a baby a year ago, and then on top of it adding in the cross training and the mileage, and then also just the day-to-day things, right? And the likelihood is that it's probably a combination of all the things. So I'm just trying to figure out how best to fuel my body moving forward without feeling like I just want to sleep all the time. And I don't know if maybe it's just because it's only the first 2 weeks and my body's adjusting, which very well could be. That's what I'm hoping, at least, that moving forward I start to feel a little bit better and less like I want to take a nap every single day. But that being said, I need to start taking my cross training a little bit more seriously as well. I'm realizing the first 2 weeks I was just trying to get into the habit of running. I do have cross training equipment, right? I do have an elliptical, I do have a row machine, and I do have a regular bike that I can get out there and ride my bike and whatnot with the kids. So I need to start taking my cross training a little bit more seriously. I think it is going to help my runs significantly. I am just trying to adjust because going from pretty much strictly doing strength and weightlifting to then endurance, it's a little bit of a shift. So I'm just trying to make that shift because basically over the last year I really haven't done a lot of cardio things. I've really only done strength training and weightlifting and all those things. So it's been a long time since I've done anything like endurance based. Pretty much high school I think was the last time I did anything endurance based. So a little bit different. That being said, I think the first 2 weeks were really just about kind of figuring it out, figuring out the little stuff, and I'm hoping moving into week 3 I will start to feel a little bit better and I will start to have a little bit more confidence in figuring out scheduling, making sure that my cross training is going well, and fitting in all the other things that it is to also be a mom and getting it all done and taking care of all of it and running the homestead and trying to keep up with everything else that is going on right now, which is wild. But I will see you guys for week 3. So this morning, one of my children is doing a booty camp for gymnastics. So we leave the house at 8 o'clock in the morning. She did booty camp, and I dropped my little kids off at the on-site daycare that they offer there, and I did homeschool with my 2 other kids, my 2 other school-age kids in the lobby. So I already have homeschool done with 2 of my kids. My oldest just has to do math today. She did her reading in the car on the way to and from gymnastics today, so she only has math left to do today. It is now 1 o'clock. My husband gets home at 3:30, so I have, 2.5 hours to get some things done in the house. I don't know what we have planned for outside projects. We also homestead, so when my husband gets home, it's go time for outside projects, anything that needs to be done outside. We've been crushing it with projects lately, so it feels good. But one thing that I desperately need to get done today is my little kid's laundry. So I am in the only bedroom that I clean because it is my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old, once my 1-year-old actually starts sharing with her when she actually starts sleeping through the night because she's not sleeping through the night yet, so she still sleeps with mom and dad. But I have laundry in here I need to put away and sheets that I want to rotate. So I'm going to do that today, but other than that, it's my rest day. I'm not doing anything today other than possibly taking an Epsom salt bath later just to kind of reset everything, soak my muscles after my long run yesterday. Then heading into tomorrow, we're actually running. So rest day, I take full advantage of it. I'm just going to stretch out, roll out if I need to, take that Epsom salts bath if I feel like I need it, which I might. And today is my day to kind of button everything up, set myself up for the week, which is why I'm getting all this laundry taken care of so that hopefully I don't have to deal with this until next week. So it is Thursday, which means it's a long run day. Thursday is also our day off from school, so we didn't do any school today, but instead we did our version of a co-op. We met with all of our friends, we went to the zoo, just got back home. I'm just pulling pizzas out for dinner, my Aldi budget pizzas that I got for like $1 or $2 a piece, and I've got some pasta going here, so a little bit of a weird dinner, but it's I don't know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. It's just our easy day. It's supposed to start raining around 7 o'clock, so I need to get my run in and be back before 7 o'clock. It's a little after 4 o'clock now. Husband's on his way home now. I think once he gets home, I will probably warm up, get my shoes on, and just get my run done and be back before the rain goes. So we're just gonna get it in. We're gonna squeeze it in. I'm managing to get out prior to the rain, which is great. It is a little before 5 o'clock. I'm gonna warm up And today on the schedule, I have a 3-minute run followed by a 2-minute walk, and I think I have to do that split 6 or 7 times. I think it's 6 times. So I also have a thing of fruit snacks that I'm bringing with me in my pocket. I had a little bit of time to reflect on week 2, and my last long run, I got a little lightheaded, like right at the end of it, but I kind of came to the conclusion that I had passed, or I was coming up on that 30-minute mark, and I probably need to get to the point where like I'm actually putting things in my body, and I don't really want to do gels at this point, so I'm going to try the fruit snacks at this point once I hit the like 23-minute mark maybe, and hope that that helps me not feel so crappy at the end of my run like I did last time. After I was done running and I cooled down, I felt fine. It was just like that last little stretch, and I really do think it was probably the sugars and the carbs I needed to put in. So we're going to try to fix that this time, and hopefully that'll be better.
Over the last handful of weeks, I've learned a lot on how to manage the Homestead and half marathon training and still getting all of my canning done and making sure that I'm recovering well and running well. I've learned that nutrition is definitely going to be the biggest hurdle for me, that and hydration. It's just so hot. We've had so many heat waves here in the Midwest, and trying to figure all of that out when you're not used to it is kind of difficult. But we're also going to start picking up in production here on the Homestead in the next couple of weeks is when the garden is going to start exploding. Canning is going to really pick up, but also just trying to learn how to fit all of that in with the regular things like large family living, large family laundry. Homeschooling is going to start picking up at a higher pace than what we've been doing over the summer here pretty quickly. So just trying to figure all of that out and make sure that I'm still recovering well, and everything has been a little bit of a challenge, but I think over the last couple of weeks I've really kind of figured it out to where it's not as overwhelming as it was before. So thank you guys so much for hanging out and taking this look at half marathon training as a mom of 5.